My name's Justin Carotti. I'm the owner of Valiance Counseling and Coaching, and we're off to go work with the University of Bridgeport's baseball team today in delivering them some mental performance coaching to help with their performance this year. Every team wants to win a championship, everyone wants to win a trophy, but what comes down to the difference between those who win and those who don't win often has way more to do with the culture and the values of the group. So at Valiance, we're strong believers at blending mental health with mental performance. And so if we ever have an opportunity to work with athletes one-on-one or with athletes within group formats, we can really bring that kind of stylistic approach, having been high performers ourselves, into the importance of really mental skills, whether that's regulation of your body or being able to play with a sense of confidence, or really investing in things like focusing on the process versus the outcomes. These are all themes that we tend to talk about one-on-one with athletes, but like today, it's just a great opportunity to work within a team, because when you have a nice big audience, everyone can kind of hear the same message. We're also going to talk a little bit about the importance of developing character as sort of fundamental to what brings a group together. Many teams focus so much on outcomes, and everyone wants outcomes, right? We want to win. So I went to go see Chris Williamson in New York City with my wife, and the guy gave a presentation. He's a famous podcaster. Gave a presentation. I was like, dude, this guy's shoes, he's got like the freshest shoes on. And I was like, I told Vic I needed to buy some shoes, so I ended up getting a fresh pair of whites. And it's like kind of funny. They're in the back of the car, so I'll change them before I get there. But anytime I give a presentation now, I'm always conscious of like, I got to show up super fresh, super clean. So I got these fresh whites. I should probably put these on now. I built the practice Valiance. It comes from, if you ever heard someone say like valiant effort, that was a valiant effort. It's the same idea. It's just the noun of the word is Valiance, which stands for courage. We believe a lot in the people that we work for to try to instill and empower courage in their approach to anything. So today we're going to walk away with how to stay present. We want to make sure that there's a way to reground yourself in the moment. Obviously, we're talking with the hitting group, but also you guys are going to be in the field. So baseball is a game of ebb and flows. You have a moment where it's high intensity, high focus, and then there's downtime. And then there's high intensity, high focus, downtime. And how do you maintain that level of presence in each one of these transitional periods throughout the game? Super, super important. So just like in a game, certain pressure moments happen. There's going to be some times where it's just normal basic play, head, shoulder, knees, whatever. But now we're going to add a little bit more intensity. We ready to go? Say yes? Yes. All right. Knees, feet, head, knees, feet, feet. Burpee. Head. Ball. I'll just tell you right now, I've done these presentations before. Some of you guys don't believe in this work. That's fine. But I'll tell you, it's the difference at the top. It's the difference at the top. If you want to perform at the highest level, everyone here is already skilled. You guys wouldn't be playing college ball if you weren't skilled. We want to try to be present with ourselves in the game, in the moment. So much of our headspace is usually wrapped up, especially for baseball, is on the technique, on the skill side of things. What do I need to do? What do I need to improve on? How do I get this certain outcome? You guys are talking about matchups. You guys are doing the pregame stuff. You're talking through all the details. But it can be distraction. It could be noise. We kind of forget where we are. We forget that we're playing a game. So your body has a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is what makes you play tight. So I want you all to just pay attention to your jaw right now. Your parasympathetic nervous system is automatic. So if you're going, you're not paying attention to your breath unless you bring your attention to your breath. You're like, when was the last time someone said pay attention to your jaw? You don't pay attention to it at all. It just happens automatically. I can tell if a player is stressed, if a player is playing tight, based on if I just look at their face, if their face is tight. So that's one of the things that we do automatically. That's the sympathetic nervous system. All right, so fight, flight, or freeze, that's your body's state of stress. So if you think there's a big opponent, if you feel like coach is on you, if you feel like you got to perform, if you feel like you've been struggling and you got to make sure you make up for it, you're going to go up there playing tight. You're going to go outside of yourself. You're going to be playing outside of the areas that you can control. Your sympathetic nervous system is going to be activated. In order to turn on your parasympathetic nervous system, the thing that controls, relaxes you. If we think about fight, flight, or freeze in the sympathetic, I want you to remember this, say this with me. Rest and digest. Rest, digest. Good. That's the parasympathetic nervous system. One more time. Rest, digest. Okay, so we're going to get into a restful state, although we still want to control our nervous system. So here's how it's going to sound. It's a double inhale through the nose, long exhale with my mouth, thinly pursed lips. So here it goes. One more time for good measure. Let's do it as a group. Ready? Go. Thinly, really slow on the exhale. Has anyone cried before? Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm glad we have some men in here who can actually cry. This is good. So when you cry, what happens? You go, right? You kind of do the sniffle thing, right? And then you kind of let it out. Okay, that's your body going from a state of stress to a state of rest, right? I have a 6-month-old daughter. She's crying a lot, right? And so at the end of the night, she's sniffling. She's calming herself down. This is what we're doing, but we're doing it voluntarily. So when you're in a game, between pitches even, you can do this and no one has to notice. When you're in school and you're taking a big exam or you're about to do a big presentation, if I do a double inhale, long exhale, you guys don't know. I'm just over here breathing, right? But now all of a sudden you're actually controlling your nervous system. That make sense? All right, have a seat. Next thing up, while you guys are seated, I'm going to ask you guys to do a couple things. This is called progressive muscle relaxation. Do you know what that is? Okay, good. This is good. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to squeeze your right calf. Go ahead. Squeeze your left one. Squeeze your right quad, release. Squeeze your left quad, release. Good. Release, release, release. I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back. Squeeze them. And release. Squeeze your right bicep. Release. Left bicep. Release. Good. I want you to feel your right big toe in the ground. Just feel it. And then your left one. Squeeze it. Good. All right. This is another one of those things that it's going to bring your attention back to the present moment. Right? Good. All right. So you guys know Aaron Judge, right? So as Aaron Judge steps out of the box, what does he do each time? He takes a deep breath. Do you see him physically? Do you see what he does? He always does this. He picks up dirt. Not always, but when you watch him struggling in particular, he picks up dirt, and then what does he do? He throws it. What is that? What is that?
Staying grounded.
We'll say it louder.
Mental reset.
Why would it be a mental reset? Right. So it's an actual cue for him. He works with a sports psych. It's an actual cue for him to let it go. Right. These kinds of things, when you're just a normal observer, you would never be like, oh, that's anything important. But for a high performer, a 3-time MVP, a home run record-setting kind of player, that kind of stuff matters a ton. Everyone, put the ball in your right hand. Every single day, there's a lot of sheep. People just follow along, just do what everyone else is doing, not paying attention to what happens. That's why mistakes get made. But then there's few amongst us who are lions, who actually pay attention, who are focused on our outcomes, who have long-distance thinking. We have delayed gratification. And it's those people who are typically in tune with themselves. So we're going to in-tune ourselves right now. We're going to spend 2 minutes, just spinning the ball in our right hand. And what I want you to do is I want you to bring all your senses to that ball. I want you to feel the grooves. Maybe it's a little bit dirty. I want you to really pay attention to it when I start the clock. And I want you to get everything that you can from that experience. Bring all your attention to the ball. Your brain is going to want you to distance it. It's going to be distracted. Your brain doesn't like this. Your brain is going to want to pay attention to what your neighbor's doing, what's going on over here, what's going on with Justin. I want you to be in control of your head. You decide what you focus on. So for 2 minutes, can you sustain focus on a boring activity and really pay attention to it? I'm going to ask you what your experience is like. Your brain doesn't really like certain things. It likes to be preoccupied with certain things. Maybe you had a bad day. Maybe you broke up with your girlfriend. Maybe you're getting in a fight with your mom. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe you're underslept. All of those things can influence where your brain drifts to. But you're in control. You're the one who actually chooses to focus, right? You are not your thoughts. Whatever pops into your brain, That's not in your control per se. Everyone has over 10,000 thoughts a day. You get to decide. So even as your brain drifts, you can pay attention just like you just did. Did anyone feel like it even felt this way for me? Did anyone else feel like 2 minutes was a long time? It's kind of like, it felt like time kind of got weirdly like longer in a way. Because we don't really spend time with ourselves this way. We don't really relax into an experience for 2 minutes, right? You're on your phone, always flipping through, right? It's not easy to spend 2 minutes just paying attention to a baseball, right? All right, good. If I had this presentation with 64 teams, you think everyone would give me the same answer? Everyone wants the same thing, right? So if there's only one of those out and there's 64 teams who want it, this can't be the most important thing. How could it be the most important thing if everyone wants it and only one gets it, right? Doesn't make any sense. So of course, the next layer down has got to be how you go about your business, right? So when you play the sport of baseball, there's clearly tactics and technique and skill that go into it. So of the 64 teams that want to win a championship, there are some that are just going to play baseball better. That's like sort of stating the obvious, right? But even then, that's not even the greatest differentiator, because what happens if you have a great team versus a great team who wins that game? It comes down to who you are as a program. That's why great teams stay great. They know what they stand for. They have character already defined. They have values already defined. The reason great teams stay great is not because they want to win championships, because everyone wants to win a championship, including the Cleveland Browns. They suck. They suck. The reason that they suck is not because they don't know how to play football. It's because their organization from top down is not well managed. And so credit to coach, credit to the administration, credit to the coaching staff, because they believe in the value of this kind of work. You guys carved out an hour of your day to be able to process this. That speaks volumes to who you guys are as a group. I already know you're talented, and I already know you guys want to win it. But what's going to separate you is going to be this topic of conversation. At the top, the difference is going to be who you guys are as a group, what you believe in as a group. And if we don't know what that is, and we got a guy who's the last player on the roster, and we got a guy who's a captain thinking about two different things, we got a problem. Yeah? Okay. And it's not a problem. We don't have to, by the way, it's not a huge deal. We can fix it right now. So, my call to action for the group, as a cohesive group, is we take accountability, we run with it, because there seems to be alignment. That's amazing. Then we come up with two more. You guys don't need to do this with the coaching staff. You can do it with the coaching staff, but you do not need to. Depending on how serious you want to take it, you'll define two more that stick with you. You can take a picture of this or you can remember it. The most important thing is, as a group, you decide what that actually means behaviorally. What does it mean to be accountable? Anyone who's anyone could say, yeah, we believe in accountability. So what? What does that actually mean? Break. My pleasure. My pleasure, man. Thank you. Thank you.